أمي كم أهواها أشتاق لمرآها وأحن لألقاها وأقبل يمناها أمي كم أهواها أشتاق لمرآها وأحن لألقاها وأقبل يمناها أمي هي نبع حنان أمي هبة.
الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده ولا أمة بعد أمته ولا كتاب بعد كتابه ولا شريعة بعد شريعته. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. صدق الله العظيم. Respected viewers, welcome back to our program Daughters of Islam. And I hope inshallah that you will be enjoying this series the way I'm enjoying it, by reading and relating with regard to it. In our previous program, we looked about various incidents from the life of Hazrat Ruqayya radiyallahu ta'ala anha. In fact, that was a second program about Hazrat Ruqayya radiyallahu ta'ala anha. We had made mention that how she also accepted Islam in the beginning stages, how she was divorced by the daughters, the sons of Abu Lahab, because of their enmity and hostility against Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and Islam. How that turned out to be an unseen honor, that Allah Ta'ala saved them from going to that household. Then she got married to Hazrat Usman radiyallahu ta'ala. They couldn't have been a better couple. And the two migrating and making hijrah from Mecca to Abyssinia because of the persecution. We related the very great incidents that happened there, and also the aspects of what a great reward there is in migrating because of persecution for the sake of Almighty Allah. And Hazrat Usman radiyallahu ta'ala and Hazrat Ruqayya radiyallahu ta'ala, they had this honor not once but twice. First migrating to Abyssinia and then migrating to Medina Munawwara. In this way, Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when they came to Medina, Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wasallam and Usman radiyallahu ta'ala and Hazrat Ruqayya radiyallahu ta'ala had a remarkable relation. Just to show you, there was a slave and a servant that Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wasallam had by the name of Ayyash. She used to help Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wasallam in the household chores. And one day Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wasallam gave over this Ayyash to Hazrat Usman and Hazrat Ruqayya radiyallahu ta'ala anha, to help them in their household chores and to help them in their household work. What a great lesson. In لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. In the life of our beloved Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you have a perfect example. So this particular aspect, sometimes coming to the assistance of your daughter, giving her something to make her life more easier, giving her some gift, it is something from the sunnah of our beloved Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Ayyash was serving the household of our beloved Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wasallam made her over as a gift to Hazrat Usman radiyallahu ta'ala an and Hazrat Ruqayya radiyallahu ta'ala anha. Hazrat Usama bin Zayd radiyallahu ta'ala anhu says, one day Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wasallam sent me with a plate of meat to Usman radiyallahu ta'ala an. When I entered his place, he was sitting with Hazrat Ruqayya radiyallahu ta'ala anha. And perhaps that might have been before the time of when the ayats of Parda were revealed. But he says, مَا رَأَيْتُ زَوْجًا أَحْسَنَ مِنْ فَإِذَا هُوَ جَالِسٌ مَعَ رُقَيَّةٍ. He was sitting with Ruqayya and he said, مَا رَأَيْتُ زَوْجًا أَحْسَنَ مِنْ. I never saw a more beautiful and a more attractive and a more compatible couple than Usman and Hazrat Ruqayya radiyallahu ta'ala an. Subhanallah. And this wasn't only from one side, it was from both sides. So you found that Layth bin Abi Sulaim said that one day Usman radiyallahu ta'ala had a special dish that was prepared. So sometimes we also have special dishes that are provided. So sometimes cook that extra, cook something special and send it out to the family. This was the way that Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam had little. But look at how Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam shared that. And Usman radiyallahu ta'ala an had a special dish that was made with dates and butter. And he prepared that and he sent it to Salma, where Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was stationed for the night, and he was staying by Salma radiallahu ta'ala anha. And Usman radiallahu ta'ala an sent the special dish to Salma radiallahu ta'ala. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was not there. She kept it one side, and when Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came back, Salma said, Ya Rasulullah, Usman radiallahu ta'ala and your daughter Hazrat Ruqayya have sent this gift. And Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Oh Allah, he made dua. Uthman, by giving this gift to me, wishes to please you by giving this gift to me. Oh Allah, you become pleased with him. You become pleased with him. This was the way that our beloved Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam remained with his son-in-law and his daughter Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha. And on one occasion, Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came to the house to come and visit. And that particular time, Usman radiallahu ta'ala was sitting, and Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha was, putting some oil on his head, And Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam became very happy. Now I'm just wondering, sometimes if we have to see our daughter serving the son-in-law, would we be happy or would we be angry? So what did Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam do? Subhanallah. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told his daughter, Oh my daughter, continue serving Usman. Oh my daughter, continue serving your husband. Because there is no one who resembles me more in conduct than Usman. Oh my daughter, continue serving your husband. And especially Usman, he has got such a remarkable conduct. He has got such a remarkable type of way that he had. And again, this particular beautiful marriage that was there between Usman and Hazrat Ruqayya, about which Usama bin Zayd, as I've narrated in previous narration, I've never seen a more beautiful couple. I have never seen a more beautiful marriage than the marriage of Ruqayya with Usman radiallahu ta'ala an. This was because of akhlaq. It's amazing sometimes you and I, we feel akhlaq and conduct about which so much emphasis has been placed in the sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had said, إِنَّ الْمُؤْمِنَ لِيُدْرِكَ بِحُسْنِ خُلْقِهِ دَرَجَةَ قَائِمِ اللَّيْلِ وَصَائِمِ النَّهَارِ. A person to the means of good conduct gets the same reward as one who spends his entire night in salah. And he gets the same reward as someone who spends his entire day in keeping nafil fast. That is the importance of akhlaq. And that is the reward with regard to akhlaq. A person whose akhlaq and his conduct and his character and his manners and his habits are good, not only will he lead a very good life, but his presence will become a means of joy for the people who are around him. And I sometimes find it difficult to comprehend that people feel that this good conduct and good akhlaq about which so much emphasis has been laid in our Sharia. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had said, the person who will be closest to me and the one whom I will love the most on the day of Qiyamah will be one whose conduct is good. In one hadith, إِنَّ أَثْقَلَ شَيْءٍ يُرْفَعُ فِي مِيزَانِ الْمُؤْمِنِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ خُلُقٌ حَسَنٌ. The most weightiest things to be weighed on the scale of your good deeds on the day of Qiyamah will be good conduct. Now all of those virtues are because good conduct, not only is it rewarding, it makes your interaction with other people pleasant. They become happy with you, and you are good in conduct, then you become happy with them if there is an interaction of goodness and there is an interaction of good conduct. It is surprising, as I said, something that I can't comprehend is we feel that good conduct is with strangers, not with people in our own house. Where did we get that? If I can say that the first recipients of your good conduct must be your own family and your own close people. That must be the first recipients of your good conduct. So Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam comes and see Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha putting oil on the head of Hazrat Usman radiallahu ta'ala anha, and what does he say? He says, Oh my daughter, continue serving. There is no one who more resembles me in conduct than Usman. Uthman was such a great person in terms of his kindness, his compassion, which was to shine throughout his life. But here we are relating the incident of Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha. More than that. So in this particular way, this was the way that they had such a remarkable relationship. And Mufti Taqi Usmani, one of our great scholars, make this very amazing point. Today he says that many a times we find that if a woman has to be outside the home, and I'm not saying that she can't go if there is a need for her to go, or for her need to go and gain herself and go and share her resources or share her expertise with some people for the benefit of the community, or because of circumstances that she finds herself that she has to go out to go and find risk and sustenance. I'm not giving a fatwa, but I'm just saying that in terms of today, if someone goes and in the cause of her working, if she has to, for example, serve other people as an air hostess or as a secretary, when she's told sometimes that, bring drinks for someone or for the people of the company, or to arrange catering for the people of the company or for whom she's working, we say she's very progressive. And she's put on a pedestal and she said they are very progressive. But if she has to do the same thing for her children or for her family, what do we say? We say she's backward, she's only a housewife. If she does the same thing for others, we take it and say that is a means of progress. But if she does the same thing for her children and for her family with love and out of her own consideration and because of her own passion that she wants to do it, sometimes society looks down upon her. And where is this fair? Where is the justice? Where is this correct? So when our beloved Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam saw them, Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was very, very, happy with regard to this. And Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam always used to go to them, and there used to be mutual gifts that were shared. And there was this remarkable relationship between Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, his daughter Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha, and the son-in-law Hazrat Usman Ghani radiallahu ta'ala an. Thereafter, Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha becomes ill. And that was, a sad time in the life of Hazrat Usman radiallahu ta'ala and our beloved Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which we will relate after the break. Respected viewers, welcome back to our program, Daughters of Islam. Prior to the break, we were speaking about Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha, in particular, the beautiful relationships that existed between her and Hazrat Usman radiallahu ta'ala an. And also, on an extended level, the relationship between the couple and our beloved Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We gave such beautiful examples. Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, giving a gift of the servant, Ayyash, for the household chores of Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala, from which we deduce and we said, sometimes, make a gift. Make things easy for your daughter, even if you have to spend a little bit. The way Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gifted Ayyash radiallahu ta'ala to Hazrat Usman and Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala. And Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam sending meat with Usama bin Zayd, who when he came and he saw that Hazrat Usman and Ruqayya saying, I've never saw a more beautiful couple who were so compatible and who were so happy with one another. And then on the other hand, Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, did this to Usman. Usman radiallahu anhu one day made a special dish, and it was made with dates and butter. And he sent it to Salma radiallahu ta'ala anha's house because Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was there. And he was gone out. When he came back, Salma radiallahu ta'ala anha said, Uthman had sent it. And Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam lifted up his hand in dua and said, Oh Allah, Usman wishes to please you by sending this gift to me. You become pleased with him. And we also concluded before the break of that incident where Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came and he saw Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala, his daughter, putting oil on the head of Hazrat Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Oh my daughter, continue serving my husband. His akhlaq is so good. He resembles me in conduct. This was a beautiful way, and of course we had given some sort of explanation on that. Hazrat Usman and Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha were very happy with one another. they had an exceptional marriage, and there was a marriage in which they displayed good conduct to one another, something that we should learn from their life. When Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam set out for a journey which ended off in the Battle of the Badr, it ended off in the Battle of Badr, Usman radiallahu ta'ala also wanted to accompany that expedition, because at that time Sahaba wanted to be in the forefront of making sacrifice for Islam, which was under attack by the people of Makkah and the Quraysh. So Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam set out from Medina, but when he set out from Medina, Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha was sick. Some ulama and some historians have made mention it was something akin to measles or smallpox, Allah ta'ala knows. But anyway, when they were going, Usman radiallahu ta'ala wanted to accompany them. And Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, your wife is sick, your wife is ill, you remain with your wife. So much so that Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also left Usama bin Zayd behind to help Usman radiallahu ta'ala an to also look after the household task which comes about because of the illness of a spouse. Now here again there is such a great lesson that if your spouse is ill, you know, the aspect of going out in the path of Almighty Allah, you should take that into consideration. My spouse is ill. Hazrat Ruqayya was ill. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did not allow Hazrat Usman radiallahu anhu to come out in the expedition. And he said, you stay behind and you look after your wife, Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala. And this is an amazing thing. And as we know, as the matters went on, and they went into the expedition, and that particular expedition, which was first to intercept a trade caravan, and the trade caravan managed to escape from the clutches of the Muslim, and then, you know, in chasing and pursuing the trade caravan, they landed off in Badr. The trade caravan eventually was safely, and they came safely into Makkah. And Abu Sufyan said, we are safe now, leave the matter. And Abu Jahl said, no, you know, the Muslims pursued you, we have to go out and fight. And he came with a great army, with a fully fledged army, well armed, with over 1,000 people. And Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had only taken that amount of people, 313, to go and intercept and to go and fight with a trade caravan. And here Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is faced with a full-fledged war. Thereafter happened whatever had happened, you know, it's not the topic of our discussion and the topic of the program. What is the topic of the program is that when Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam reached Badr, and the Battle of Badr took place. And in the Battle of Badr, which is known as Yawm Furqan, the day of decisiveness, the day that distinguished Haqq from Batil, and of course, وَلَقَدْ نَصْرَكُمُ اللَّهُ بِبَدْرِ وَأَنْتُمْ أَذِلَّةٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help you in Badr, وَأَنْتُمْ أَذِلَّةٌ, when you were weak. And at that particular time, while they were fighting the Battle of Badr, Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha's sickness intensified. So much so that after the Battle of Badr, Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam sent two Sahaba, Zayd ibn Haritha radiallahu ta'ala an, and Abdullah bin Rawaha, right, before the entire army comes back. Now in that particular army, and 70 of the main leaders of the people of Makkah were killed, and 70 of them were taken prisoners and captives. Now to bring those 70 captives obviously will take time. So Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said Zayd ibn Harith and Abdullah bin Rawaha to Medina to give them the glad tidings that Allah has granted us victory in the Battle of Badr. Under very difficult situations, difficult circumstances, against the odds. So when Zayd ibn Harith and Abdullah bin Rawaha comes into Medina, the people were just finished burying Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha. In fact, they were dusting and wiping their hands from the dust. After burying Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala, Usman radiallahu ta'ala an had supervised the burial of his wife Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha. So in this way, that particular matters coincided. They were coming back, giving the glad tidings of the victory of the Battle of Badr. That's the time when Hazrat Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu had just finished burying Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha. An amazing aspect was this, that Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu expressed his sadness that he could not join the battle of Badr, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him, don't worry, you will be regarded as if you participated in the battle of Badr, and you will be given the same spoils and the same booty and the same benefit that everyone who partook in the battle of Badr they had. So in that particular way, Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam had regarded Usman radiallahu ta'ala to be a participant of Badr because he stayed behind on the instructions of Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was similar to how Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam had left Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu when he went for the expedition of Tabuk. In fact, when Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam made Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu the leader and the Amir of Medina when he went to Tabuk, people started, taunting Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam left you while they were all going to an expedition. And Ali radiallahu ta'ala initially did not like the taunt. So he, every particular journey you first go and there is a first stage. So in the first stage, Ali radiallahu ta'ala came quickly and he came to Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ya Rasulullah, people are telling me this, that you had left me behind and amongst those who have been left behind. And Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him, oh Ali, are you not happy that you are like me, like Harun alayhi salatu wasalam is like to Musa alayhi salam. Musa alayhi salatu wasalam went to the mountain to go and receive the Torah, and he left Hazrat Harun to be the leader of Bani Israel. I am going for this expedition. I am putting you as the Amir for this particular journey to be the Amir of Medina Munawwara. So the way Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam had given Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu permission to remain behind in Tabuk, Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam had given Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu permission to remain away from Badr. Yet he was counted amongst the participants. And is it not a great honor for Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and our beloved Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam had made Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu looking after her equivalent in reward to the battle of Badr. Is it not an amazing thing that serving her was regarded to be equal to be taking part in the battle of Badr? Nevertheless, when our beloved Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam comes back, and of course knowing about the death of his daughter while he was out in the path of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam is very greatly sad. So Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam goes to the qabr. And because Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam is going to the qabr, many of the Ansar ladies and Hazrat Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha also accompanies Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the qabr. And at that particular time, as is natural, Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam is very sad on this particular occasion. And Hazrat Fatima radiallahu ta'ala also accompanied Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as is made mention in the books of hadith and the books of history. And at that particular time, there was a little bit of, wailing that took place at the qabr of Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala anha. And then Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam made this, and he said, beware of satanic cries. Remember what comes from the heart. What comes from the heart and what comes from the eyes is raham and kindness. So when someone passes on what comes from the eyes and what comes from the heart in terms of tears and in terms of sadness from the heart, that is from Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what comes with the hand and what comes with your tongue by you complaining and by you hitting yourself, that is from shaitan. What a remarkable balance in Islam. What comes from the eyes and what comes from the heart is from Allah Ta'ala. What comes with the hand and what comes with the tongue is not from Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this way, Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wa sallam consoles Hazrat Fatima. In fact, mention is made that Hazrat Fatima radiallahu ta'ala was also crying at the qabr of Hazrat Ruqayya radiallahu ta'ala. And Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wiped away her tears with his fingers and his hands and also with his cloth. And then Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wa sallam then gave her glad tidings and said, Ruqayya is like Uthman bin Maz'un, who was a forerunner. And who was Uthman bin Maz'un? Uthman bin Maz'un was known for his piety and his great sacrifice. And he was amongst the first muhajir who passed away in Medina Munawwara. And when he passed away, Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam was overwhelmed with grief. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam cried at the death of Uthman bin Maz'un. And Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam had said, at the passing away of Hazrat Ruqayya when he was at her qabr with his other daughter, Hazrat Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha, that she is the one who follows Uthman bin Maz'un, who was a forerunner, who had passed on in the mercy of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as part of their sacrifice for the sake of this deen of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fill her qabr with nur. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevate her status. May Allah accept all her efforts for the sake of the deen. She was the one who had this glad tidings of migrating twice for the sake of this deen. And she is a remarkable daughter of our beloved Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on behalf of the entire ummah grant her the best of rewards. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
أمي كم أهواها أشتاق لي مرآها وأحن لي ألقاها وأقبل يمناها أمي كم أهواها أشتاق لي مرآها وأحن لي ألقاها وأقبل يمناها أمي هي نبع حنان أمي هبة